Left Back FPL.
Hey,
Game week 5 preview.
Game week 5.
Part 2, really. We did the Game week 4 review last week. If you were with us listeners, Game week 4, what a shocker. Got to really turn it around in Game week 5. Is your host here, Jimmy Ferguson. You heard from the gang. They're all here, minus Patrick Vieira.
I thought he was on an international call-up.
He got the international call-up from... where's he from again?
France,
of course. Reunion. I thought he was Reunion Islands.
Clacton on Sea.
He's back in. Clacton on Sea. He's back there. Anyhow, I'm joined by the likely lads you got with his Pellegrini water there. It's Ricky Pellegrini. How are you doing?
Well, hey. Not too bad, Jimmy. Good to be back. A bit bored over the weekend with all the international games, but working on my wild card as well right now. That's what I've been doing.
Well, don't be distracted. We need your advice here, mate. Sean, the John Mcginn fanboy, you're present as well.
Scotland even won 2 games this weekend. It's miracles. I'm here.
Miracles indeed. Scotland won 2 games. COVID-free, better than England, I believe, at the moment. So, good stuff there. NVD, how are you?
Good, mate. Good. Just losing more hair than I have already lost. Just trying to wrap my head around who's getting in the now that I played my Wildie.
You played the Wildie?
So, I have.
Wildies out there.
There you go,
it's stressful, isn't it, MVD?
Had to be done, mate. I've tinkered, mate. I've been done it. I just need to stop doing the Ranieri.
I'm glad you're off. I'm glad you got your hands off the left back official team now, though. To be quite honest. Passing it on to someone else.
He has passed the buck after 34. There's Captain Russ as well. Captain's feeling good. I mean, he's dishing it out, but he's bottom of the league, NVD. What have you got to say?
I feel sorry for him. Just feel sorry for him.
Enough said.
Scraping off those barnacles.
Excellent, guys. We've got quite a good show for you, hopefully today, listeners. Hopefully you enjoy this, but we will have a rambling from the dugout. Question's come in. We then focus on Game Week 5 fixtures and how you can turn it around, where the value is, where's the tips, where's the tricks. Then we'll look at the poddie team for Game Week 5 and how we're going to set that up. So talk about that shortly. And then finally we'll have those Captain Contenders.
Captain Contenders.
So to kick it off, no further ado, I think that we have got a phone call. I said that I would dial this gentleman because he's a very important guy. So here goes.
Hello.
Hello, is that John?
It is. Hi.
How are you, John?
Oh, I'm all right. Good to speak to you, Jimmy Ferguson.
Excellent. And John, just for the listeners, quickly tell us who you are exactly.
It's me, it's John McGinn.
Of course it is. We promised you him last week, listeners. Sean, the John McGinn fanboy, has come good. He sorted it out for us. John, we are so pleased to have you on the air. After a goal last week and 2 assists against Liverpool, you followed up that with a penalty for Scotland midweek. How are you doing? I mean, don't get better than that, does it?
Aye, it's the Iron Brew I've been drinking. But my mate Sean, he's my groupie, and he asked me to come on, and boys, I've been listening to the show. It's been getting me fired up, and shame none of you got me in your team, but I'll show you. Anyway, I'm here. I forgot. I'm here because I have a question, right?
Yeah, a rambling from the dugout. What's the question, John?
So I've actually been struggling with my own team, and I've been sticking with Kevin De Bruyne over the last couple of weeks, but I think in the last 2 weeks he's only got 4 points in total. And, away on international duty at the moment, he's not fully fit as well. And I'm just wondering, is this a good time to get rid of KDB? What do you boys think?
I think that's a very fantastic question, very timely. Who wants to take that first?
Well, Jimmy, I had a nightmare last week, right? I had KDB as my captain, right? And that wasn't even my choice. I tried to change it to Salah, and remember I didn't hit
save.
You saved, yeah.
Rookie error. So I got stuck with him as captain, and that was very frustrating to see him, basically blanking 2 points. It's not what you want from KDB. So, being frustrated, and it worries me that he is marked down as yellow, 75% chance of playing. But I think it's a bit hasty. I think he's still got value to come. I think City playing Arsenal as well is going to be a challenging game. But for me, I think what we've talked about before, class, right? And these big players, they like to come through in these big games. And I reckon, you might be bitten if you're too quick to react and get rid of him.
Yeah, I'll piggyback off of that, Sean. I think it's way too early to get rid of De Bruyne. He's still probably the best player, bar Salah and a couple of Liverpool players. He's still the best player in the league. Man City are still going to score, despite their start to the season. They're still going to score a bundle of goals. They're still going to be second or third maybe in the Premier League. If not, they don't go and win it. I think it's going to be well too quick to get rid of him. It's actually the first time De Bruyne has blanked twice in a row in 21 game weeks. So it's very rare that he does. So he's let a lot of people down, but if you get rid of him, you just know he's going to come back and bite you. At home against Arsenal, with Aguero perhaps on the fringe of coming back as well, I think that's going to help matters as well. But I would definitely be keeping him.
But gents, I'll put something out there, right? The guy's 11.6 million. It's a lot of money. You could get him out, downgrade to slightly cheaper player, Son.
What about Gareth Bale at 9.5?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I'm like a lot of the other FPL managers got him still in my team, debating whether to have him in or not. But at the same time, he is a quality player. And if you look at him last season and the season before that, he hasn't let anyone down. But at the same time, as you're saying, Jimmy Ferguson, he's a lot of money. And there's some quality midfielders out there that, are raking up those points. And do we sit on him for another week and get a couple of points? And then just sit on him for another week and get a couple of points? I don't know. He's a definitely playmaker. We could see that in the Belgium and England game. But I just don't think he has he has the service, but he's got no one to service to, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But without those quality forwards, I think they're a loss without Aguero and Jesus. I think without those strikers, we could be looking at a dry few weeks with Kevin De Bruyne if he's got no one to service to.
Very valid point.
I think the thing with KDB maybe this week, which might be a little bit atypical, is that what with him, getting released from the Belgium squad, he's gone back to City. And he's probably going to be deemed with a percentage chance of playing. He almost becomes that slight differential because you probably know he's going to play, and you probably know that this week, as Ricky Pellegrini said, he's going to haul, right? So I think if you've got him in your team, you're probably going to want to keep him in for at least the other week. But to what the lads have said, there's so many. The midfield is rich this season in terms of points. So you're right. You could bank some of that differential in terms of money, but I think definitely keep him for this week. It's almost like one of those, those double-edged sword with FPL this week. He'll haul.
We'll keep to that word, MVD.
I just have to get him in my team.
You not got him.
He's good, and he hasn't even got him in the team, is he?
And Sterling's showing 75% chance playing a hamstring injury as well. So does that play into the fact, does that play into account as well?
Well, fellas, I was actually going to say De Bruyne's showing 75% as well.
He is, yeah, and that's what MVD was saying. He's going back early from the Belgian squad, right? But I reckon he'll still play. If he's fit enough, Pep, he's number one on the team sheet, and Pep will play him. He very rarely rests him unless they're playing Champions League.
Yeah,
or going for something else. But right now, Man City have to start winning again because, they're going to be too far behind. They're lucky that Liverpool lost against Villa. Because one or two more games and they slip up, then that's the Championship gone, isn't it? That's the Premier League gone.
The thing is, though, with that Belgium game, I think he wanted to come off earlier. I think there was a bit of a big discussion afterwards when he finally got off, that he wanted to go off earlier. So that says to me that maybe it's more than 75%.
It's an interesting one because I looked at it and the way he came off, I didn't feel he was injured at all. In fact, the way he was talking to Martinez, he was having a go at him. So he's probably, having a go at him about, how the team were playing. So it's a difficult one at core. I think he's going to be fit for Arsenal, to be honest. And I think, as you guys rightly said, right, all hopes are going to be on him, to be honest, to start pulling the strings for City, because they've been awful. So got to keep him in this week.
I mean, a couple of things I would call out about him, right? Last season, right, he had 82% completed pass accuracy. He had 99 shots in 32 games. So he's averaging 3 shots a game. If you look at him this season, although he hasn't scored as many, he's averaging 4 shots a game. He's at 80% pass completion. So he's only 2% below where he was last year. So for me, he's still making the chances. He's still there. He's still playing at the level he was. But the players around him, to what Captain Russ said previously, are not there and not as good. The one thing I would say against Arsenal, however, is he likes playing against Arsenal. So last season, he scored against Arsenal towards the end of the season. He also knocked in 2 against them in a game earlier in the season. But all in all, I keep saying, I just feel he's a lot of money. And this is the biggest point. He's in 41% of teams. So if you decide not to have him and he does perform, you lose so much ground, not only on everyone on FPL, but anyone in your league that does have him. If your objective is to win your league and you decide not to have him, but everyone else keeps him, you lose so much ground. So it's a big risk.
I think it's going to be more as well. I think it's going to be even less. By the time we get to Friday, I reckon there's going to be a huge haul of getting him out. I think there'd be more of a, you know what I mean? There'd be more than.
You've got to look at the next games though, mate. So, after this game against Arsenal, they then play West Ham, then got Sheffield United, they then got Liverpool.
Mate, you've also got the Champions League in there, right? Next week they play Porto, and then Marseille the week after that. It's coming thick and fast. the City love their rotation. We'll keep playing on these games. We'll be in there, especially coming back with a hectic international schedule as well. That's definitely worth considering.
And he's still the second most transferred out player. Werner, we all know about him. He's old news now, but he's the second most transferred out player still. Just in front of Aubameyang. A lot of people are getting rid of him. But
okay, well, guys, we go get back to John Mcginn, Sean's mate. We have covered a lot here, a lot of points about De Bruyne. Russ, yes or no?
I'm going to keep him for another week and then see how he does.
Pellers, stick or twist on De Bruyne?
Yeah, sticking with De Bruyne.
John McGinn fanboy?
Keeping him.
Keeping him, sticking. NVD?
Stick.
Never had him.
If you've got him.
I'm going to stick. I know I've just gone over all the stuff and everything, but I do think...
Now that I know NVD's not got him, I'm definitely going to stick with him because obviously it's just a few points between us. So that could be my difference.
How do you know, mate? I'm playing the Wildie. It's a free-for-all, mate.
It's a bluff.
Yeah, he's double bluffed you there. But John, you're still on the line.
Aye. Thanks, guys. If I was you, I'd get him out and get me in your team. Me and Stephen and Paul, the three of us, I know they two still play for Hibs, but they'll be...
I thought Stephen got into the national squad. He must be buzzing, John.
He did. He's actually here with me now. You want to speak to him?
Yeah, get him on.
That's one word.
All right,
it's Stevie Mcginn here. What's up, guys?
Hi, Stevie. How do you feel about the fact that Sean, the John McGinn fanboy, prefers your brother to you?
Sean the Dobber. All right, Stephen, you calm down now. Aye, but guys, good to
Congratulations on your call-up.
And thanks. And you guys, hope you do well this week.
Sean, John McGinn fanboy, you got anything to say to your hero before we say bye?
See you tonight, John. Don't you worry.
See you tonight.
Sorry, I mean, good luck at the weekend.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, John. Hopefully we'll speak to you again in the new year. There he goes. He's gone.
No, he's gone. He's gone.
He's had enough.
Don't get a deep fried Mars bar.
All right, guys. Listeners, we're going to move on to the second subject of the week. It's the most important subject. It's the Game Week 5 previews. Lads, Game week 4 was a bit of a nightmare on many levels for a few people. People with Rodriguez did very well. A little bit of Callum Wilson, he did okay. But other than that,